Welcome to Gobster's latest video. Remember that the following is his opinions and may offend you. If you are, no one cares. Now let's get to it.
Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers, you, and welcome to another video. Been spoiled today. I think this is number 5, isn't it, of today? Lots to talk about. I've got more to talk about, which I'll do for videos tomorrow. I think we'll bring this one as the last one today. Probably because it's going to, as usual, upset a few people. So, by now you'll have all seen the video of the female officer. Her name will be up there because I can't remember it off the top of my head. With her nose bleeding and her crying. And yes, it's a distressing thing to see. Now, I think I need to set the record straight on a few things. Right, I've been, as you know, following this case quite intently, and there'll be another update coming very, very shortly. A lot of it's just been deliberate, you know, just setting out the case, which in reality it's pretty cut and dry. They're going self-defense. There you go. And obviously the prosecution are going for assault. So there was 3 officers involved in the initial arrest. Now, only 2 of those officers were firearms officers. The girl, the PC officer who got her face smashed in, was not, and I repeat again, not a firearms officer. She was just a PC who was going along with them to help them out. Because not everyone who works at an airport as a police officer is a firearms expert, for one. So stop going on about, oh, she's not tough enough to be a firearms officer. That's because she isn't one. Okay? Now, the second thing is, which is really gripping my shit, is the fact that, oh, well, you know, we don't want people crying. She was a hindrance. Right. For one, watch the whole video. Even with a busted nose, remember her nose was broken and blood pissing out everywhere, she did not step out of the fight. She was not a hindrance. She stayed in position and on task all the way through until the arrest had been made. Okay? So, for all of you arseholes, and I'm sorry, but you're arseholes who are going on about the fact that, oh, she's a distraction and this, that and the other. Right. 1, let's clear it up. I don't believe that women should be in frontline positions. That's soldiers and police, because it is a very dangerous and taxing job. Not to say that some women are actually pretty, well, let's be honest, would be awesome at it. And there are. Including the actual female officer who was the firearms one, who managed to, after being assaulted, lock on and discharge her taser. You know, the one you're not bringing up and trying to degrade because she wasn't crying. Okay? But, and I'll be honest, you know, when we talk about misogyny, and I talk about the fact that, you know, it's overused, this case, you are being a bunch of misogynistic arseholes. Now, I said that in my post, yeah, if you've got a broken nose, let's see how you do. Oh, well, I've had it all now. Yeah, but she's a woman and men are better. Well, yes, but then I've seen grown men cry for less damage to them. Okay? So don't come out, oh, the MMA needs to speak to you. Right, grow the fuck up, okay? Just because you may, I've seen a man take a direct hit to the face and he was fine with a broken nose. Well, so, and everybody has higher pain threshold levels. That doesn't mean diddly bleeding squat. You are trying to make a point by not making the right point. Whether she should have been in that position or not is irrelevant. Whether women should be in the police and front lines duty is irrelevant. She was, and it happened. And she did not step out of the fight, and she was not a burden. When I originally did the first viewing of the video, I asked what the hell she was doing. Then I realised that she'd had her nose broken, and I think she did pretty good considering the searing pain in her face. So stop playing all macho and, oh, well, you know, she shouldn't be doing it. But the simple truth of the matter is, you're demeaning her assault. You're making it sound like she should have just stood there and shrugged it off. What, because you could? Oh, yeah, I broke my nose. Bollocks, okay? You don't know what you could do. She tried her best after being completely blindsided by a fucking animal, which you, by saying that she was a crybaby and she was a distraction, demeans her assault by a fucking raging, nasty animal. It's irrelevant whether I've just said I'm not particularly happy with the police women where they are because they're not very good at doing their job. But then again, have a look at some of the men that have recently been employed, and some of the women are actually stronger than them. I get it, but you've got to stop this. It's outrageous that you are looking at a woman who, after the incident, after the arrest, was taken to one side because she was injured and in pain, and there's blood pissing out all over the place. And if you watch the actual video of the assault, you know, the one that was leaked and you weren't supposed to get to see, you can see blood dripping all over the floor, and yet somehow she still manages to stay in the fight. You sanctimonious dickheads. Really? What happened to those 3 police officers is a disgrace. Those 3 police officers were going to be thrown under the bus. MPs came out and screamed police brutality, while one of the women had had a nose rearranged across her fucking face. And dickheads are going, well, she shouldn't have been in there. Grow up. It's irrelevant whether she should have been there or not. She was, and she did not back out of the fight, and she was not a liability. And what you're seeing on the camera is after the arrest. So they're tying up officers. She tied up 2 officers. 2. Who were looking after their mate. What, you just let your mate fucking bleed out on the floor, would you? See? You're hypocrites. Don't pass judgment on things just because you want to make a swipe at women being in frontline police. Or whatever. They're there. That's the way it is. Get over yourselves. And stop making her feel like shit already. She's probably never going to go back to that job ever again. And there's you lot trying to make some pathetic, stupid, pissy little point. For one, getting it completely wrong that she's a firearms officer and should have been tougher. Because she's not a firearms officer. And no offence, the firearms officers did a good job. But you're not criticising the other female firearms officer who got battered around a bit, but she didn't get so violently punched that her nose exploded on her face, did she? That girl shouldn't have been there, and I agree. But when she was there, and even with that injury, she stayed in the fight and tried to do the best she can. And all I can see on flipping Facebook is a bunch of men going, nah, she's not very hard, is she? Fuck off. Genuinely, have a word with yourselves. What is the point? What is the point if that's all you're going to do? That poor woman was in agony. Whether you think she shouldn't have been or I'm tougher, no one cares. Zero empathy from any of you. No, the police aren't doing a good job. I've done a video explaining it, that they're not doing a good job and they're creating issues for themselves. But how can you sit there and type away about some woman who's crying because she's had her nose broke? Really? Jesus. I sometimes wonder where we're going with all this crap. I really do. And it really bothers me. That's it. You pay attention to. I almost got a car. That car's just drove past. Almost drove straight into the front of my car because she's too busy on her phone. See, that's something to narc about. Any case, enough of that. There's ways to support the channel down below. And I'm done. So, until the next one. And to some people's annoyance, because Arnie told you to screw your freedoms, well, yes, he did. But this is an AI thing, and it's not the real person. Take it away, Arnie.
Thank you for watching Gabs' latest video. If you enjoyed it, you could like and share. If you want to see more, you can subscribe. Then hit the notification bell. If YouTube doesn't delete it, you can try and let him know what you think in the comments section below. He will be back. Now, get to the chopper.